Hey guys, so get ready. I have another dish for you. Today's dish is going to be called beef japchae. It's a Korean inspired dish, and what inspired me to make this dish, my sisters and I went to a restaurant in North Carolina called Korean Barbecue House. And so that kind of inspired me to do this dish called beef japchae because I fell in love with the glass and noodles at this restaurant. So I'm going to give it a spin and try to remake this dish. Even though their dish didn't have a lot of what I'm going to have in mind, but here we go. So as you can see, this is the sauce that I'm going to use for the beef marinade. And if you want me to break it down, just let me know. But I'm going to try to speed through this because I don't want this to be a long video. And I'm just stirring this up. And I actually let this sit and marinate for about an hour or two. So yeah, you're just going to keep stirring till you get all of those ingredients incorporated. And you're just going to set it aside to let it do its thing while you kind of prep everything else. This dish was a little time consuming, but it's definitely worth it. The flavors, the taste, if you do everything step by step and use the right amount of ingredients, it's going to turn out perfectly. So here is where I chopped up all the veggies, all of the vegetables, and those are the glass noodles. They're great for anyone who's trying to watch their carb intake. They're vegan, low in starch. I don't even think it has any starch because it's such a light noodle. It's kind of flavorless, but it does absorb the flavor of whatever you season it with. All right, so here I'm about to cook my beef, which is steak. I just got a piece of steak and sliced that up. I cooked the egg whites and the egg yolks separate because I'm going to use that for garnish. Here's where I'm rinsing off the noodles. I let them sit in hot water, boiling water for about 6 minutes or so until they were slightly tender, and I remove them and I'm rinsing them with cold water to stop the cooking process because you don't want them to overcook. So you should really do this step with any type of pastas that you're cooking. And this is going to stop your pastas, noodles, or whatever from cooking. Just rinse it with cold water. And so I'm just going to keep doing that until I get ready to incorporate it with the veggies. And when you're cooking your vegetables, please don't cook all of the nutrients out your vegetables. Just steam them, saute them lightly, but leave some bite to your vegetables. And so I'm adding everything back to the pan now. And I'm going to add my noodles in along with the sauce that I made to go along with it. And I'm going to add all of that sauce in. And I'm actually going to go back and scrape this bowl after I pause the video. But you guys won't see that. But I did go back and scrape that bowl. And so after I've added the sauce in, I'm going to slowly start to incorporate the veggies into the noodles and the sauce and just giving everything a good stir. And you want to take your time to do this. Don't rush it or don't, be too rough because you don't want to break your noodles. So I'm just slightly folding the veggies and noodles and sauce into each other. So it takes a little minute, but just take your time and do this step so everything gets incorporated properly without sabotaging the integrity of your noodles. Just take your time and fold everything in. It's not going to take long. And like I said, these noodles, they're tasteless, but they're nice and bouncy, and they will absorb any sauce, any season, anything that you put in them. So just keep it light. For my melanated people that want to try this, you guys just follow this. I know we like to jazz up things, but this is a Korean inspired dish. So just follow the ingredients that are recommended, and you can find this recipe literally anywhere. You can search YouTube, Google, whatever, but the basic is really sesame seed oil, hoisin sauce, soy sauce, brown sugar, sesame seeds, and whatever type of garnish you want to use. So it's very basic. So just search and see whatever recipe works better for you. Or if you want what the recipe for what I use, let me know, and then I'll just make another video talking about that. But I didn't want to consume too much of you guys' time, so that's why I really didn't break all that stuff down, because I really feel like this is going to be long enough. But anyway, this is the final product. Ooh, isn't that so pretty? It is beautiful. So I have the noodles and the veggie stir fry at the base. Then I topped it with the beef marinade and the egg white and egg yolks and a little bit of dill, fresh dill. And as you guys saw, my husband and I, we demolished our plates. It was so delicious. It was excellent. 10 out of 10. I recommend it. So you guys give it a try. Thanks for watching.